What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Homie Doe, and this
Cheif Cocky Front Doe,
and this the What's the Script podcast.
Wrote a script, young rich nigga holding chips. Shooters with me, y'all screw me, they gon' load the clips. White runs up in the blunt, so that smoke is thick. I grip the grain.
What's going on today, man? So what's going on with you, Cheif? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing good. Weather nice.
Weather is nice.
I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I've been great, man. I just been enjoying this the festivities out here in Atlanta this year, this Memorial Day weekend.
Beautiful. Ain't it what they had going on?
Yesterday we checked out they had the Caribbean Carnival.
Okay, cool.
Carnival downtown. It was pretty nice, man. A lot of asses everywhere.
A lot of butts.
I have to say that. It was a lot of everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I was with my wife, but hey,
gotta acknowledge what
I gotta acknowledge what the fuck was going on.
Right.
She was worried about what she had on. I'm like, babe, shit, you
that's not a myth.
Yeah.
When they tell you about Atlanta, it's not a myth.
That's not a myth.
That's the truth. That's honest right there.
Most definitely. So let's get into first we should give these people who we are and what we got going on. Right. Shout out to everybody that tuned in to our last episode. That was the first pilot episode.
Man, thanks for the love and the support, man.
Most definitely.
Yeah, grow with us, man. We just getting started, you know.
Shout out to everybody that hit that like and that subscribe button on the YouTube page. We definitely appreciate everybody that's doing
What's the Script Show on YouTube?
Yes,
What's
sir.
DA the Script Show? Right there.
Right there. What's the script?
Yeah.
So background check. Let's start off with you, Cheif, man. Tell us who you are, what you got going on, and how you ended up here.
Okay, cool. I go by Cheif Cocky. That's Cheif Cocky, a real chief. Mm-hmm. I'm real cocky, but I'm humble at the same time in real life. You know, I used to rap. I'm from Illinois.
Used to, or you still do?
I dabble.
You dabble.
I'm semi-retired.
You like me? We looking for a new outlet right now.
Yeah, man. You know, we transition. Other topic, but you know, you gotta diversify your portfolio. You can't be stuck just trying to rap. Sometimes it might not be for you to be the rapper. You might be the goddamn ghostwriter. You might be the podcaster. God might got something else for you.
You trying to find out, you wearing different hats, basically.
I got you, man. I'm out here. I'm in Atlanta. I'm taking everything we got out here. We got everything at our fingertips. Whatever you want to do in life, whatever type of endeavor you want to chase, man, try that shit. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. Don't wait for no nigga. Don't wait for nobody. Go get it. Go do it. Go try it out. See what happens. But yeah, from Illinois. Was born there. I stayed in a couple different states or whatever. Started out trying to rap, you know, underground and where I'm from, you know, a lot of notoriety, whatever. Did a little prison time, a lot of prison time. Drugs, shootings.
So you was in the mix.
Yeah, I was most definitely in the mix, and I ain't trying to glorify that, but we just feel like it's important that you know the background of the host. Mm-hmm. And know how we come and where we come from, and we just not sitting up here talking about some shit we have no idea about. Right. I really been in the worst prisons in Illinois, Stateville, Menard, Pontiac. I really police officers. You can put my name up; it's gonna show you.
We were saying you got to be stamped right about now. That's what we were saying on the last podcast. You got to be stamped,
man.
So can we Google you?
Yeah, you can Google me.
You're Googleable.
Yeah, I'm Googleable. Yeah, I'm most definitely Google.
Facts.
I'm most definitely. But like I say, I don't glorify none of that, man. My past life, it ain't what I am today. I'm trying to get this motherfucking money, dog.
Yes, I'm
trying to live my life to the fullest, man. How I made it here today is chasing my motherfucking dreams. Chasing my shit. Like I said, we come from a small town, whatever. It ain't even a small town like that. It's really an average city.
What's the name of the city you from? I heard you
from Joliet.
Joliet, Illinois?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to the town, man. Shout out to Joliet.
Fuck the town. Fuck Joliet. And fuck you niggas who fuck Joliet. A bunch of hating ass niggas, nosy ass bitches. Nah, let me quit. Nah.
I mean, you on the head. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of love. I love the city. I don't like some of the people in the city. How about that?
Man, listen. Every nigga mostly get killed by motherfuckers in their hometown because it's crabs in the barrel. People don't want to see you excel. They don't want to see you make it. Support, you go to Atlanta, you got all type of support. You go to LA, you go different places, you got a lot of support. In that little fucking town, nah. Nah.
So let's speak on some of that time that you was a rapper. Let's talk about that. How'd you
I still fuck you niggas up too on that rapping shit. Don't get it confused.
Tell me your story about that. Like how it started. What made you get into that?
I started rapping. We was in school. And this facts. I went to Fairmont. We was young, man.
Shout out to
Fairmont. We was young. And our teacher, I can't remember her name right now. I think she just passed. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But she used to just let us rap in class. We'd beat on the desk. It was me, Lil D, D-Max, on my homies. Brian Love, shout out Brian Love, shout out Joshua Edmond. All us, man, we was all in class, and she'd just give us a little period in class we'd beat on the desk and rap, and it was allowed. And everybody would listen. We'd do that every day. And it came to a point where the older kids, they would come to my classroom and pull me out, tell the teacher, hey, tell Ian, come here. And I come in there and take me in the bathroom and basically tell me to rap. So I just always rap, man. I just fell in love with it. It was just like I felt like people every time I rap, it was just like people always embraced it. They always told me I was good. All that type of shit. So as we got older, it was just like a natural thing for us to rap. We on the hill, man. Shout out Lil D, shout out D-Mac. Like I say, shout out Way Too Sick.
Way Too Sick.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out Way Too Sick, man. We just started rapping, man. Me and Lil D, we basically was hustling and just going to the Guitar Center in Chicago and just buying equipment. I remember we bought a DR5, a little bitty ass little beat machine. And
that was my first beat machine.
Yeah, folks was cold on that motherfucker. And while he would make the beat, he would be creating the beat. He would start the little drum or the little
the hi-hat.
And he'd be like, hey, folks, just freestyle. He like, just freestyle to the hi-hat or freestyle to the drum. And he'd come up with the beat while I'm freestyling. And I just freestyle. And this was our process. And little by time go by, we figured out like, fuck it, man, we need to record. Man, we literally had some car speakers in the room, and people knocking on the window. We selling crack out the window. My house. I apologize to the girl. She passed too. Rest in peace. We selling crack out the window. In between us selling crack, we was rapping and making beats and doing all type of shit, man.
So let's talk about how. That's very interesting that you said, because I know myself. There was a period in time where there wasn't a lot of studios, like no major recording studios in Joliet that you can go to and pull up. So a lot of people was doing a lot of stuff at home and in-house. And tell me about your first project. You got any, name any something? What was the joint that put you out there to say Ian Loke was where it got you a name further than the hill?
Shout out Hayari. They had a studio downtown Joliet. Rest in peace, Timo G. So Lil D, he had hooked up with Timo G. And obviously, that brought me into the fold. And we was recording in the studio with him. And we was young, man. We was teenagers, maybe 15, maybe 16 at the most. But we had an opportunity to be on Sox Park Mob mixtape in Chicago. Back then, it was a nice little, man, that shit probably go up to about 30 volumes, Sox Park Mob, underground shit. And they had all type of little different gang banging ass songs and niggas from Chicago, y'all know about them Sox Park Mob. Not the shorties, but the older crowd, y'all know about that. That was lit back then. I don't know who put that shit together or what, man, but that's where you'll find all the hottest underground artists at on those mixtapes. We was I can't remember what volume, but me, Lil D, rest in peace, Timo G, we did a song called We Gon' Ride. And man, we was representing our shit and we was just talking shit on there. And it ended up being placed on that Sox Park Mob mixtape. and we end up doing a lot of Chicago and shit like that, and people was really feeling the song or whatever. So from that, you know, we kind of transitioned and like, fuck it, man, we finna start recording and try to make mixtapes and shit like that. So yeah,
I think the first song that I ever heard you on was One Stove, One Microwave.
yeah, that was far down the line. Yeah.
I think that was when I first really like.
Yeah.
I heard your name, but I never, you know, that's what I was talking about. That's what really caught a lot of, you know, because you know, as rappers, we all into our own thing.
We
you know what I'm saying?
Shit. Yeah,
we in our own world. But that was one that definitely made me pay attention. And I remember this probably was maybe 2011, 2012. You had came out with a project, and you was really making some motion with that project. And I think the first time I met you, we was at it was a card party. You probably don't even remember this. It was somebody I can't even remember who. I think it was Carla Diaz or somebody. One of them was having a card party, and you had came in, did up then, and I was like, I was always intrigued with seeing that you and D-Mac. I mean, I started with D-Mac with Way Too Sick, so shout out to them. But I was really impressed by seeing that other people in the town was very lyrical with what they were saying. Even though y'all was saying some hood shit, y'all really had emphasis on your lyrics. So I thought.
And let me just put this out there too. Shout out C Nunn. Shout out Lil D. We did the we had the King of the Slick Talk mixtapes before that, man. That matter was like 04, I can't even remember what year that was. But that shit really set us apart in the town. Front door. Yeah, that really set us apart in the town. What that was like 2012. I did the solo project with called Extravaganza, and we had the One Stove, One Microwave. Shout out to the HTY. They jumped on there. We made that a hot track.
Yeah.
TD was on there. Rose, Beans, Devin Lope, dope artist Devin Lope. Few niggas on there, man. That motherfucker was lit though. We shot the video. It was iconic for our area. You know what I'm saying? That was lit.
That was lit. It very was.
Shout out to Pound too. Shot that video. Shout out to Pound. Went crazy on that bitch. Hey, that motherfucker's still on YouTube. I was actually still going off my street name back then, Ian Lope. You know, I try to disassociate myself with my actual name in the streets or whatever. But
front door.
Yeah, front door.
So
what's up, big dog?
Just to keep on going with that there.
What's
I know
bro?
after that time we talking about right there was a little time where you disappeared, man. You know, you want to talk about what happened?
Well, I end up shooting everybody on the video. No, I'm bullshit. No.
Damn.
Hey, no, I end up, you know, that shit was 10 years ago. I ain't gonna get into depth about that shit, but basically niggas in my neighborhood or whatever, and our little projects where we used to be at or whatever, it was basically just a situation. I end up shooting a few people or whatever. I went to jail, did my time, came back out. You know, I got sentenced to 8 years. I did about six, close to 7. You know, came home, back at it.
Now you down in the A?
Down in the A. Cool.
Came straight home to the A?
Came straight to the A. My people out here told me come out here. I ain't had no people up there in Illinois. When I got out, I ain't really have nowhere to go up there. All my people had moved when I was locked up during the time I was locked. I had really nowhere to parole there, nothing. So I forcibly really came to the A, but I'm glad that I made that decision.
It was a good move for you?
If I would have went back to my hometown, I would have been in prison or dead. And that's just a fact.
Do you feel like, I know we touched on this before, do you feel like your home is a dangerous place for a rapper to blow up, or do you feel like it's better for artists in our area to leave and make something of themselves? And are you trying to reach back for people, or are you just,
man, listen,
you know,
if you live in what you rapping, and I'll let anybody else be the judge of that, if they listen to any of my music, if you live in what you rapping, You talking about you flamped this nigga and you did this to this nigga and you did this and that and you would do this. Then them niggas still there. Some of them. Are they people still there? You getting money, you think they want to see? I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater at all. I'm probably one of the least, like, I don't know what, I don't have jealousy in me. Like, I'm not no jealous motherfucker.
Self-confident.
Yeah. So it's like, but, nigga, I don't want to see my number one op, my main op on TV. My main op flexing, you know what I'm saying? He talking shit about me, call me all type of broke ass bitches. He got all the money, he got all the guns, he got everything. Hell no. If I and I'm still here stuck. You run around the world coming back, flexing on me, fucking my little hoes, doing all type of shit. Yeah, bitch, I'm on your ass.
Right.
I'm gonna catch you where I can catch you at.
Right.
I've been waiting. Every time I watch a video on YouTube, every time I'm waiting for you to come back home to get you.
So to you, you don't think do you believe that there's a distinction between your rap life and your street life, or is that one and the same?
My shit go hand in hand. When I used to rap, everything I'm rapping is basically I'm taunting my ops. Is taunting my ops. My whole purpose to get rich or anything is to flex on my haters and my ops. That's it. That's my whole goal. I mean, of course, take care of my family and do that, but that's also flexing on my ops.
So would
you know what I'm saying?
Would you categorize your music as drill?
Nah, because I've been doing this before drill. My name.
That's pretty much what I was doing.
Rapping.
Was you drilling before you was drilling?
Yeah, I was drilling before I was drilling. And like I said, I've been to prison. I did shit. The police where I'm from, they know I'll shoot a motherfucker in the face. They know what's to me. It's just a fact. Everybody know me. They know it ain't no cap. So it just depends on the artist. Like if you ain't, and I ain't, like I say, I don't glorify none of that shit. That shit goofy. That shit not gonna get you nowhere in life. Even if you get rich, as you see right now, you see the RICO cases they putting on these guys. They coming back around. They wrapping these guys up. So it's just different, man. I started out, man. If you go back to my first songs, way long time ago on the Sox Park Mob, I was talking the same shit about the same content. They call it drill. They call it trap. That was before it even had those.
Y'all called it. Didn't y'all have like a moniker? I know that was real big. It was Slick Talk.
We called it Slick Talk.
Slick Talk.
Yeah, we called it Slick Talk. Gang bang music.
Mm-hmm.
We been did that way back. So that was the name of our genre, gang bang music.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been banging on these tracks a long time before we ever heard of any of these niggas. And I've been Chief Cocky before Chief Keef. You go look on YouTube, look up Ian Logan, look at the one at the date, and it say Chief Cocky over there. That's me.
Right.
And it's just great minds think alike. Shout out Chief Keef. He a GOAT.
Yes, definitely a GOAT.
Yeah, he a GOAT.
So you got any of those projects? So when you came home from out of your prison stint and you came down to the A, did you instantly decide that you wasn't rapping no more, or did you feel like you was still did you do projects? Or
shout out Zach Carlo, shout out Banshee Boog, shout out my whole 360. When I was in prison, I met a guy named Zach Carlos. He was actually from my hometown. I wasn't really familiar with him, but I was familiar with the people he be with. He was actually from the other side from where I'm from. I'm from the hill. He's from the east. And I met this guy.
We have to talk about what that means.
Yeah. We had to talk, you know what I'm saying? We from two different sides or whatever. But he came to me real humble. Very talented artist, very talented guy. I was not rapping. I was not thinking about rapping when I come things that I was trying to chase. This guy, man, he just basically, when I heard him, I'm like, man, he kind of brought it back around to me. He kind of tricked me back into it, had me writing some little shit for him, couple.
So you was planning on being done with rapping?
Yeah, I was done, but he pulled me back into it. So when I got out, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna put something out just to basically alley-oop bro now. You know what I'm saying? Get him a platform. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he was a dope artist that need the light shine. So that basically just tricked me back into it. Then I just got love for this shit. I ain't no nigga that just rapping just because I see another nigga rapping. Like, that shit come from the gut. Everything I be saying come from the gut. I really get a euphoria. If I can put it together how it was in my head, I really get a little high from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really venting and really doing my counseling with this shit.
Facts.
Yeah, so it's different.
It's therapeutic for you.
Even when I say I don't rap, I still rap for myself. Like
You your own biggest fan?
I'm my own biggest fan. Yeah.
Right,
I mean, shit.
I can agree.
Fuck who don't like me. Fuck you. You know how I'm coming. Front door. Front door.
Front door.
Gang. No.
So you got a record label, anything like that, or you what y'all?
We got Murda Gang Records. We got the YouTube. We got our shit. We had them big billboards out there. You fuck niggas out there in my hometown.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out Banshee Boog, put that play together.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we had them billboards out there, pumping up our label and shit. You know, I got, like I say, Banshee Boog, goddamn it, Zach Carlos. You know, they on the 360. You know what I'm saying? So we still doing shit behind the scenes. We Ghostwrite, man, Blase Publishing. I'm a co-owner of that also. We got the Ghostwriting going on behind the scenes. Rappers, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna transition. Rappers, don't feel pigeonholed like you just gotta rap. Rap is just the middle of it. You could do all type of shit outside of rapping. It's a lot of dick riding, dick eating and rapping. If you ain't no dick eater, it's other shit you could do behind the scenes, man, to get your money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be a dick eater.
You ain't gotta be a dick eater. You ain't gotta do, not saying all rappers is dick eaters, but sometime in this game, this is what they want you to do. Yeah. They want you to
mimic,
come hang around this nigga, and then maybe one day we'll let you. Nah, right. Bitch. Busy. I ain't trying to. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically that's basically it, man. Let me ask you about you.
Oh, I ain't no shit.
Now watch out. Now when you first remember meeting me. Because I was just a little nobody kid probably when you first actually met me. I don't really remember when we first met, but I remember being aware of you being a dope artist way back with the Way Too Sick movement with D-Mac.
Most definitely.
I remember listening to your songs, and we reciting your songs. We in the car listening to your shit. You had a dope song, One Man Cold World. We listened to your whole tape. Like we are sitting.
Shout
in the
out
car.
to that tape, man. Yeah, that was a dope ass tape.
We are sitting and listen to this man whole tape. I guess being from a smaller city, like we got our own artists for a while. We didn't even listen to outside artists. We listened to homegrown artists, and it was a real thing. These niggas was real live superstars in our town. You know what I'm saying? But give us a little bit of your background, though.
Man, I've been at this shit for a long time. How long I've been doing it, but longer than a lot of y'all rappers probably been living.
Yeah.
I've been doing the independent grind. Like I said, shout out to I started off with Way Too Sick. Shout out to Stone.
I'm way too sick for this shit.
Yes,
Maniac,
lunatic,
killer thug
in my clique. Through the flick.
Okay.
And while we speaking on that, you know, I want to get on that too, but rest in peace to Stacey Harris, you know. Way Too Sick.
I didn't even know Stacey died.
Yeah, bro. She passed away.
Rest in peace, Stacey, man.
Rest in peace to Stacey. She was super dope. Shout out to Jaquetta. Shout out to D-Mac. Shout out to Stone. Shout out to T-Dog. They gave me my first opportunity. Actually, my homie that my best friend was working with T-Dog. And
shout out T-Dog, man.
Yeah, shout out to T-Dog. Definitely a pioneer in that shit with that beats and everything like T-Dog. And they just he happened to tell him like, yo, my man was dope.
Yeah.
And you should meet him. And I went over there and they was having you remember when they had Joe's? It was a spot called Joe's over there where the baseball park is. Yeah. They happened to throw a talent show there, and T-Dog gave me a beat, and I wrote my first song to that beat and recorded it, and I performed it at that talent show, and I won the talent show. So they, you know, I linked up with Way Too Sick, and that's where I met D-Mac and all of them. I jumped on that album. They pretty much had they thing already going. I was like the last little piece that was added to it. And
shout out Way Too Sick, man. That's right here on my neck too.
Yeah.
You know, a whole lot of gang shit.
Yeah, for real. So from that, you know, I started Parkwood Records with my man Dre P and Remy.
Dre P, Remy.
We started that.
Dope artist.
Most definitely. Dropped a few mixtapes, you know, in between, and was just honing my skills and doing a lot of. I think this was the time where mixtapes was really becoming popping, rapping on other people's beats. So I did a lot of mixtapes and got a little motion from that. Did a lot of shows, and I finally came down here and took a little chance and moved out of the town and came to the A. And that's when this is like 06, 07. I came to Atlanta. And that's when I realized what the music game really
Scam
was.
Atlanta.
Yeah. I didn't know about the Scam Atlanta at that time. I was chasing my dreams.
Take you down through there.
Oh, they took me. They sent me all the way up through there.
Yeah.
They sent me all the way up through there. So, and what I mean by that is, I was naive to the fact of what the music industry was. Like, you know, being from the town that we was from, I had never really seen nobody get on.
Yeah.
No matter how popping we was as artists, I never seen nobody ever get on from where we was from. So I always knew like it's got to be more to what we just think it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what prompted me to move to Atlanta. And when I got down here, I had to figure out the hard way that it wasn't what we thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So sending up through there, I went to a lot of shows that was, you know, oh, come sign a Def Jam. Yeah, come perform here. And I would spend so much money doing that every night that, you know what I'm saying, you know, I fell off and I had to come back to the crib. And when I came back to Joliet and I seen like
rappers is food.
Yeah. Rappers I got 8. So when I came back, I kind of like did a semi-retirement. You know, I was kind of jaded. Like, I ain't want to be in Joliet rapping after I just seen what was really going on in Atlanta. So I was like, man, unless I'm back in Atlanta, I ain't finna be rapping around here with, you know, just the local acts. So it came a point in time where I was just like, man, I'm working, I'm hustling, I'm doing shit. I ain't really have shit to do. I ain't have nothing else to do because I had been. That was
it's part of you.
Yeah, it was pretty much
it's part of
everything that I was doing. So I got back into rapping, and when I got back into rapping this time, I kind of like took it serious. Like said, okay, I'm gonna take my time and be an independent artist. I had to make a decision on whether I wanted to be independent or signed, and I made the choice to be independent. And once I made that choice to be independent, I just started doing everything for myself, cutting out myself. So
then you started learning how the game really.
What it was really too is about you gotta make some money. You can't really, you know, as when I was a rapper, and you could probably attest to this too. I was spending money on everything. I was spending money on studio time. I was spending money on. We wasn't even shooting videos at this time. You know what I'm saying? That for a long time we wasn't shooting no videos. You know what I'm saying? So that came in later. But when it started shooting videos, I was paying for videos, paying for shows, paying to get on the radio, paying to get on everything. So I just figured out everything that I was paying for. I just started doing it myself. Like I went and bought a studio, learned how to record myself, learned how to engineer myself. I went and bought a video camera, learned how to shoot videos for myself.
So let me say something right here. So at that point when you realize this shit is a real live job, this shit costs a lot of money. Do it take away?
It does. It's very hard to be an artist and a businessman at the same time. And what I mean by that is a lot of artists, when I was an artist and I wasn't thinking about the business, I was always trying to do business with my art that didn't make no money.
Right.
That's why I got sent up through there when I came down to Atlanta. Because as an artist, we're only you the one looking for opportunity.
Yeah. So
if you're looking for opportunity from everybody, it's easy for you to be taken advantage of. You know, I was from Joliet, so if I'm down here in Atlanta and I run into a motherfucker say they the Def Jam A&R,
you biting.
I'm going because that's what I moved here for. So I'm thinking like, damn, I'm in Atlanta. I just met a Def Jam A&R. He want to hear my music, and I spend XYZ amount of money with this motherfucker, and he not even who he say he is.
I
Playing with your dreams.
I look through my email. I say, "Oh, Atlantic Records."
All that.
I'm geeked all day. Then I get the Googling some shit, they like, oh no, dude have never seen you no email. I'm like,
Exactly.
oh.
Exactly.
I was like, damn, they done capped me out.
So
Yeah.
basically that's when I realized, like, okay, if I'm in control of everything that I'm doing, the only way I could be in control of it is by knowing what everybody doing. Like, if I know how to if I learn how to record myself, if I choose to go to a like, a lot of artists don't know, an engineer could tell. You an engineer, Fizz, right? An engineer could tell when an artist don't know what the fuck he doing in the studio, right? So if you are in the business sense, he's gonna milk me for my time. He ain't gonna, he's gonna put me in there for 3-4 hours, because the longer I'm in there on working on one song, the longer he get paid. So in the business sense, right? And in the business sense, to me, I always felt like, okay, if I gotta go pay a nigga to record, I gotta go in there and do the most that I can in 2 hours. So that means with my songs, I gotta know my song. When I go in there, I already know. And then by me learning how to record, he couldn't tell me. I could tell him exactly. It was basically like I'm working him instead of him having to work for me.
Nigga, I used to think you go to the studio and write the rap in the studio
when you got your own studio. You know what I'm saying? That's
what we used to do. We was going there, put the beat on, write the rap. We be in there.
You'll love that.
Oh, he eating it up.
Write 1,000 songs, man. Shit, when y'all want to record, that's 10 hours later. Bad. We get a 20-hour block out you niggas. So, it's cool if you got the bread. I didn't have the bread to be doing that, spending money on studios and just letting none motherfucker get rich. So I opened up my own studio. And once I learned how to record, then I turned from paying people to record to recording other artists. Now I'm making money.
Hey, shout out Turtle too.
Shout out to Turtle Fees.
Yeah, hell yeah. Turtle used to fuck us over, Turtle.
I
just fuck with you.
Turtle was
Turtle was smooth. Yeah.
And Melza, let me tell you, I'm gonna shout out to them.
That's my nigga. Shout out Melza
and John Boy.
Yeah.
They was ahead of their curve, because they was the only niggas that was really getting money.
Yeah. Shout out
IEE Studios.
Yeah.
That's when I learned, like, rappers, even if the rappers had a chain on or they shot a video with the Benz in the car and all this, I knew in my head that they didn't get that money from rapping. They might have been hustling. They might have been. So in that perspective, I was looking at, even if he got a Benz and he got this and he got money, when it comes to the music, he the same as me. Because don't nobody know you.
Yeah.
You just looking good. You ain't making no money from this shit.
Yeah.
But I remember from John Boy and Turtles, those was the niggas that had the Joliet Does, the N-Lokes, the D-Max, the every artist that they had, we was all paying.
Than us.
Yeah, we had to pay for the beat.
We the hood stars, but they getting
all the money.
We ain't have a penny.
So once I peeped that out, I was like, let me turn this around. And shout out to Feezy. He was the first nigga that came and
shout out to Feezy.
He was no hater. He took me to the Guitar Center.
Yeah.
And showed me everything I need to buy and showed me how. And to this day, that's my nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
That's my nigga. Shout out Feezy.
To wrap all that up, man. Once I learned how to throw shows. So like I said, everything that I was spending money on as an artist, I had to figure out how not to spend the money and do it myself. If I could do it myself, then I would make more money. And the key thing about the shows, I was opening up for an artist named G Herbo, right? Yeah. And at that spot, I asked G Herbo in the back, because we, you opening up for him and shit, you in the back, y'all chopping it up. So I used to ask, how much you charge for a show? And he was like, 8,000. I don't know, you probably way more than that right now. Then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is a couple years ago. So don't quote me on what the price is.
Today's price.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
But when he told me what it was and I looked around, I call myself one of the sharper tools in the shed. And I'm looking around, I'm like, damn, there's 1,000 people in here. Each one of them paid $50 a pop. That's 50 racks. If G Herbo only made 8, where the other 42 went? I figured out it was the dude in the back that was sitting in the wheelchair. You feel me? He ran away for 42 while everybody was here to see G Herbo. He only ran away with 8 on the business. So I got to thinking to myself, like, shit, I can go book these niggas. I got 8,000. You feel me? I go book them. And then I let them be the headliners.
Make 40.
I rap in front of them, open it up like I'm, opening up. But at the end of the day, while they rapping, I'm in the door. So while I paid him 8, I ran off with 16. Who was the real winner?
you got a prestigious award out here for promoting. Not too long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a Showcase Promoter of the Year in Atlanta. That was pretty major for me, man. Shout out to my man Rico Owens and the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards. They definitely. I've been nominated.
Awards, yeah.
I've been times. I won the award once, and I got 2 artists an award. Shout out to Peso Montana. He got the award when I was managing him.
Mr. Hit that motherfucker.
Yeah. Right now, my artist Baby Bishop is up for a nomination of Young Bull of the Year.
Shout out Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Most definitely. And then my homegirl Ray, my partner with my management company, she got Female Promoter of the Year last year.
Yeah.
So
Ray
we definitely
addict.
Yes.
Yep.
I definitely came to Atlanta, and I shout out to the A. It's definitely
I love this motherfucker.
I love this motherfucker, man. I done got a lot of
I love y'all. I don't want no smoke. I left all my smoke up there. I love y'all, man. I ain't never had no problem out here.
Facts.
Nobody.
I love it. I ain't gonna say that I had some problems.
I mean,
but it wasn't nothing that
it ain't nothing you can fix.
That you can't fix. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely opened my eyes up, and I think that's what my job is with this podcast, to get into that, to wrap that up. Is my job has basically been, since I've been to Atlanta, one thing that was very important that I realized is the second time that I came down here, I'm having success. Yeah. And one of the important things that I preach to all the artists is how do I have success now? Is because the first time I came down here, I was looking for opportunity.
Yeah.
The second time I came down here as a promoter, I provided opportunity.
Man.
So once you provide opportunity, then the money came. Once the money started coming, then I could hire people and build your team.
And one thing that you always do at all your shows, you always pay the artist. This is a fact.
Yeah.
You bring in a certain amount of your people. You get paid for your show. Some people, a lot of these rappers, they first time they craft was through this man right here.
Yeah. Or they first shows at all.
Or they first show. He pay the artist. He make sure they get paid. He don't take the 40,000. He gonna spread it out.
I spread it off.
Cause he'd been through that before.
Mm-hmm.
And he always give out free game. He always get an independent artist free game. This man right here, man. Give him his flowers right now. Joliet Doe came to Atlanta. And when they say we full, we part of the we talking to y'all. Don't come here. Y'all can't live here. Y'all come visit. We full. We part of the week.
We part of the week.
They say we in here. We ain't going nowhere, man. Yeah, y'all stay. Y'all come visit. Y'all get the fuck on.
For real.
Ain't nowhere to park or nothing.
But yeah, definitely the A has been good, and I think that's how I won that award, was by doing something different that the city had never seen. Those showcases out here was really paying artists at the time. No showcase was really dropping the gems and dropping the game. And I realized that, going against me, but I always knew that if I was being real and being authentic with what I was saying, it was never a comparison when the artist would come to my show and he'd get free game. You would notice it just from, man, ain't nobody ever told me that before. That's what got me my following and shit like that. So, basically everything that I do is basically to show an artist what is your wealth, your worth. And if you can find your, you won't turn around thinking everybody is trying to gank you. You can't get ganked if you know the rules. Like
fair exchange ain't no robbery.
It ain't no robbery.
Yeah.
If I know, if we playing basketball and you know how to play and I don't know how to play, and I challenge you to play and you keep beating me because you double dribbling and traveling,
you don't know the rules.
And I don't know the rules, who's at fault? Is it you for not telling me the rules, or me playing against you and not knowing the rules? I would say it was me all the time.
To play a game.
I play a game that I didn't know the rules. Yeah. So what I'm doing in a sense is basically I'm still doing business because I'm getting money from what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'm showing the artist too that this is the reason that you got to come at me.
And that's
this
dope.
Is how you get to where you want to go. It's
definitely
not from the talent. If it was talent, me and you would have been where the fuck we was going a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Talent ain't 90% of this shit is your business. 10% 10% of this shit is your talent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the backdrop on me. I mean, me and you pretty much got this similar story. We was artists that been through the game. We done had a lot of experiences in this game, and that's the real purpose of this podcast and some of the interviews that we doing with people and bringing the artists on and getting the gist of what our game is about. It's about our experiences, what we think, what we got going on, and the views that we would like to portray to the other artists that come into our graces. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much. So let's get into some topics, man. You want to get into it? So basically on what's the script, let me explain this, because the last show we didn't really explain what the podcast was really about. This is really about me and Ian just having a couple of topics that we want to give our views about. So it might be different topics based on music. It might be different topics based on politics. It might be different topics based on the news that's going on right now. So it's just two brothers getting together and explaining that. And then also we're going to have and do an interview, and we do interviews, and we'll make a in-depth interview about the artist, which I don't think we did the last time, but we getting it together. Yeah. Like I said,
we're gonna make sure we highlight the artist, make sure that y'all know this artist. Mm-hmm. When y'all watch this show, y'all gonna be more familiar with this artist. Facts. For sure. We got a guest in the building today too. He gonna come up here in a little minute, all about what he got going on.
Exactly. So the first topic today I want to get into, what you think about that shooting down there in Texas, man. It's like it's becoming like a thing in America, right?
Man, that's what I'm saying. Man, that shit's, I say it's sad, but my feeling is I'm so numb to the shit. It's like I'm almost forcing an emotion out the shit. Cause it's like every day now. It's shooting. It's kids, man. We should be outraged about this shit.
How do you think we could stop it though? Like, how can you stop a kid from being in his garage, going to school, getting bullied? Maybe, I don't even know if that's the case. Some of these kids are bullied, but whatever.
Folks' ass was 18. Them kids in elementary, if they bullying you, bitch, you should have killed yourself. The fuck?
Facts. Some motherfuckers just psycho.
These little ass kids had to do with anything you got going on, gang.
But this is what I want to know. How is it that, and I don't even want to say it's a racial tone to it, but you know, I'm pro-black.
For sure.
But I don't understand how like that last shooting that they had in South Carolina, where that white man went into the church and shot all them black people, but he walked out of there alive with the police. But you have black men that can have a street and we get killed for nothing. So I really want to pose the question of, how is it that unless they self-inflict the wound, like them kids out there in Columbine, how are these people walking out of these situations being arrested and tried? And do you think if that was a black man that went into a school and shot all them people, that he would walk out alive? Or
hell no, his ass would have been smoked. Them goddamn kids. That's just like the other little hit up in Buffalo. I watched the video.
That's like two in the last like 2 weeks or so.
It's so
right?
much, man. I watched that video. I thought it was a video game. This motherfucker was shooting them people, was mowing them down, bro. One shot. 2 shots at the most. Headshots. He wasn't playing.
Nah, he wasn't playing no
game. And then I seen when this little shit happened down in well, not little shit. When this what happened in Texas, that was major, and that was very sad.
Facts. Shout out to all the people that
shout out to whoever lost their people, man.
Lost their people.
I don't know, man. That just I don't know, man. That topic right there is just so weird because we so numb to the shit. We so numb to death. You see, we talk about smoking on ops. You see the girls talking about. We see people get mass shootings. We don't give a fuck for real. We act like we do, but we really don't care. It ain't our people.
Because the first thing I did, I got kids that's in my kids live in Houston.
Yeah.
So when I seen it was I don't know if I was wrong for this or not, but when I seen there was a Texas school shooting, the first thing I did was look up where it was at.
Yeah.
And once it was far, far away from Houston, I ain't really.
You seen it with no black people, you ain't really care.
Right. I ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say the point I'm trying to make is because it was nowhere near where my kids were at, then I was really, you know,
man,
I
we
wasn't
look at
really
that shit just
on.
like a tornado, a hurricane.
I don't know if I'm wrong for that. Am I wrong for that?
It's just honest.
It's just emotional. But
It's honest.
Nigga went in there to go shoot his grandma. It was one in Texas.
Yeah.
He went there to go kill his grandma.
Oh, that's what he did?
Yeah, shot his grandma in the face.
And just shot the kids.
It went more than
Wait, fuck.
So he shot his grandmama.
shot his grandma. Grandma lived.
Hey,
Unbelievable.
They need to start back killing niggas in jail.
What,
Niggas-
what you mean by that?
Niggas shouldn't be making it. Some niggas shouldn't make it past the bullpen on folks. Ain't no way this nigga need to. Ain't no way the police in there, them COs, they open. Let a motherfucker get rid of, bro.
That's pretty much the same thing I was just saying about when I looked at it wasn't in Houston, then I didn't pay no attention to it again. I think that the police I did hear something about the police ran into the school and got their own kids.
Went in the school and got their own kids. And then stood outside while he was in there shooting.
Man, the police only tough when it's
Is that facts?
ain't no nigga involved. You see, they let these motherfuckers do anything.
That is facts, man.
Yeah, they super tough. Let it been a.
I don't understand.
Let it been one. Let them knew it was a black dude in there.
Let me say.
It was a Mexican.
It was a Mexican dude.
It was a Mexican.
I think everybody got more rights than niggas, though, right?
Yeah, everybody.
Pretty much.
Definitely, but like they don't like Mexicans just as much as they don't.
How the
like
fuck
niggas.
he get there? He drove? He drove. Didn't one of them in Buffalo or some shit?
Yeah, he got in an Uber
I mean,
in Buffalo, right?
I don't know. He drove 200 miles.
Oh,
I don't think he
Oh,
no,
you
no,
don't see
no,
no
no,
Uber
no,
now.
no. Okay, cool.
He said no Uber.
Stone Mountain, the nigga took Uber. Nicholas Cruz took Uber to the school.
But I read somewhere that they the police had contact with the killer before he went in.
Let him go.
Yeah, a lot of times people be done called in, hey, dude making threats and da da da. These motherfuckers gonna take that shit serious. You know why? Because it ain't a nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. One of the white senators or representatives or some shit in Texas, he said he blamed it on rap music, and this out of context, so don't quote me. He say
It might still be in the. Oh yeah, I'm talking. I thought you were saying something else. Go ahead.
So he say he blame it on rap music, video games, and shit like that. And it was kind of fuck y'all always trying to blame it on rap music when some shit like this happen on video games. But I ain't gonna lie, like I got Grand Theft Auto. When I watched that Buffalo shit, that shit looked like Grand Theft Auto, man.
Yeah.
That shit looked just like the video game. Like you gotta focus in on it to know that this real life. He was shooting on people like the video game.
You can't just focus on rap music and video games. Everything we desensitized to everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn on
But I do agree that those games do play a role. I ain't gonna say we can blame it, but it do have an effect on these kids.
It's part of the desensitization.
It's part of the
desensitivity.
yeah. Because y'all noticed that Grand Theft, like I was just telling you, I think in a conversation, man, you know, they ain't came out with a new game in like 7 years. They about to come out with now, but the one that they have now has been the same one for about 7-8 years. They just updating the thing. So at that same course, years, how long drill been running since 2012? So you got Grand Theft Auto and drill music running neck and neck with a kid. In 8 years in a kid's life, you can go from a 10-year-old to an 18-year-old, a 12-year-old. So you're growing up with this, and then they come outside and then they displaying what they doing on the video.
Listen, I've been had that video game for a while. I never played it. I just played it. What, maybe 2 weeks ago? I hooked line. I just played it out of boredom. And then I thought about it while I'm playing the game. I'm like, this is what these niggas in Atlanta doing. They living real life like GTA.
Yeah.
They got the fast cars. They got the big poles on them. They got machine guns on the passenger side. They snatching niggas out they shit. They going 200. You ain't never seen an accident in real life like an accident in Atlanta. You'll see a car on the motherfucking roof. a damn scat.
Yeah.
That motherfucker stuck in the
Everybody got a scat pack.
a tree like this. You only see that. These niggas really driving like on the video game on 285.
Yeah.
So I would have been a nigga that stood up and said, man, stop blaming this shit. Oh yeah, that shit got something to do with it. I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. All that shit, it's part of the desensitivity. But the main part I believe in, all that shit start at home. This shit be homegrown. Whatever type of environment y'all got at home, this motherfucker shows some signs. Them same kids that be calling their mamas bitches, up in poles on their mamas.
Didn't they have there was one shooting not too long ago where the parents was buying the guns for a kid?
And parent bought the gun for the kid. He did the shooting, and I think he was in high school.
Right.
Yeah, they literally the day before they pulled him into the office at the school.
They arrested the parents, didn't they?
They arrested the parents, yeah, because they texted the kid. Talking about, I'm not mad, but next time be more smart.
Did you hear anything about that? Because I haven't.
They caught him.
Okay. Yeah, I knew they was on the run and shit.
Man.
That's crazy, man. Well, I think we need to definitely get more involved in our kids' lives.
Yeah,
because these kids, like, I even noticed with my own kids. My kids, I got 12 and a 13-year-old. Basically, their whole lives, they didn't had a computer or internet at their exposure.
Tablet, something.
A tablet at the disposal. And it's kind of hard as a parent because you gotta have your kid gotta have I got the 15-year-old at the crib.
Yeah.
And he's gotta have a phone, right? But how do you I don't know, you got teenage kids, right? Or
you
got teenage kids. How do you restrict the internet?
You can't restrict the internet. Can't restrict the internet. You see, you got pedophiles. How you gonna lock a nigga up for looking at some weird shit? How the shit on here? It shouldn't even be accessible. Yeah, you know, it's so accessible.
Yeah.
If they can't get through it through the phone, you could put a restriction on their phone. You gotta make sure it's on the TV. You gotta make sure it's on the tablet. Gotta make sure it's on their friend phone. Make sure it's on everything.
Yeah. These kids know a lot more than what we knew when I think when I was 12 or 13.
Do you think stricter gun laws is the answer?
Well, we in the South, man. You know, we come from Illinois, so I was always, if I had a pole or anything like that, I always looked at it like you taking a risk. No matter if it was, you know what I'm saying? I never had a FOIA card when I was in Illinois. So I always felt like that. But then being here in Georgia, where you only need an ID to purchase a firearm, I kind of believe that it kind of settles down. You don't see as much gun. In Georgia, there's wild shit going on, but there's not the rate of how much is going on. Is not like where we like in Chicago.
It's getting like that.
It's getting like that.
Yeah,
I think
like
Chicago
that
has a big influence.
They lit. Yeah.
On Atlanta, period. You know what I'm saying?
I think motherfuckers just ain't taking no shit. That point.
Yeah, and I to go back to that, I think that being in an area like this, if everybody knows that you got a gun, there's a little bit less of a situation that pops off, as opposed to you ain't supposed to have a gun. It's more of a surprising thing when a nigga get.
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me give you a perfect example of that. If I'm in traffic, I get on 20 right now, or 85, whatever I'm on. If I'm in Illinois and I have road rage, I know I got my gun, so I'm spazzing on you, bitch. I'll follow you and everything. Here, you can't play with no nigga. I don't care what he look like. I don't care what.
Yeah.
You can't play with no nigga.
Can't play with nobody.
Niggas got them bitches on them.
There was a story here in Atlanta that a female shot
a female got
18-year-old. Yeah, shot a teenager in the face, but they was fucking with her.
Yeah.
Followed up for 35 minutes.
You can't play with no motherfucker. So it's good. It's like you going to the gas station, you see the shorties out there with they poles. It's different. I had to adjust to that.
Yeah. Because I when I came down, I was like, damn, gun just poking right out. You know what I'm saying? But
it's less chance of a motherfucker to play with you. The violence, it be niggas that know each other.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
You know what I'm saying? Up there.
In Georgia's Kennesaw.
Yeah.
It's because because Kennesaw is a safe area because it's a house ordinance because
y'all don't agree.
Nah, I see how you
oh yeah,
you got a point on that though.
yeah. Kennesaw is every house has to have a gun.
Oh, every house has to have a gun.
Every house has to have a gun, and if you don't want one, you have to sign paperwork waiving the fact that you don't want a gun.
Well, if you're a felon.
But that's why you don't see no crime.
Probably can't get a crib in there if you're a felon.
Like crime.
I'm saying I'm a moon again.
Crime in Kennesaw like this.
Okay.
Because
niggas know not to play. You play, you lay.
You're not about to go to nobody's house
if you know everybody's house got a gun.
Everybody got.
Yeah.
Women that big, not that shit.
Yeah, they got that.
Most women are buying the guns for the niggas.
Yeah.
And I'm a licensed carrier, and like I said, I'm a military vet. I spent 8 years in the army. You talk about strict gun laws. I'm a little on the fence with it because I feel like everybody should have their rights. But like these ARs is the problem.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now why stricter gun laws ain't the answer from my perspective. Is because in Illinois they had the strictest gun laws. Maybe at one point, the niggas with the illegal guns got everybody scared.
But were they handguns?
Handguns.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like ARs is the issue. Like, all right, in the military, an M16 is a military weapon. It's a war weapon.
Yeah.
He shoot you from 300 feet away. If you got a concealed weapons license, you know you can't shoot a nigga from 30 feet away. More than 30 feet away, because he's not a threat to you.
Yeah.
300 feet away. The problem that we forgetting in America is an M16 is only legal for the military. But an AR-15 is literally the same gun.
But it's legal.
But it's
legal. Only thing it doesn't have is 3-round bursts. That's stupid. That's literally I just flip a switch and
yeah.
That's not the problem. The problem is this motherfucker can shoot you from 300 feet
Man,
away.
them bitches go in the neighborhood. Them bitches go. Get the button on that bitch. Yeah.
So,
illegal. But listen.
People that's gonna get them shits illegal is gonna get them shits illegal.
No, this is my point I'm making. If you got niggas, you ain't got no path. You had a very slim path to get your FOIA card or to have your gun legally in Illinois. They changed it a little bit now. I don't even think you can get one. You couldn't even have one in Cook County. In Will County you could, but not in Cook County. So they going to Indiana or doing whatever they doing. But the niggas with the guns got everybody in fear. You could be never had no felony or nothing. But your path to getting a gun is so tight that it's hard for you to get a gun. So now these niggas got all the guns. And so they coming through, they terrorizing everybody. Out here it's different. In the South, you got these states, nigga, everybody got a gun. You go to the pawn shop and buy a K. You can do whatever. So you ain't gonna play with no nigga. You ain't gonna play with no regular citizen like you would play with them up there. You ain't gonna play with a motherfucker that
Georgia got the stand your right laws. Stand your ground. They don't got that in Georgia, do they?
Not really. That's a Florida thing.
Florida thing. Okay.
they got some type of
Georgia got open carry.
Right. I know they just passed that, didn't it?
No, that's not open carry. Been passed. They just passed
something else.
They just passed it where you don't need a concealed weapons license no more.
So you can conceal your weapon on you now
without any license
and carry. Okay.
And so that's where it's at. And I agree. You just ain't gonna fuck with nobody down here.
Man, let me tell y'all something about Atlanta niggas. Let me tell you about Atlanta niggas. Atlanta may be the only place where a nigga with some green dreadlocks will knock your shit back.
Oh yeah.
Nigga
wearing a purse.
A nigga have a purse on.
Wearing a purse
with red, blue, green dreadlocks. This long.
And
this long. They'll
get
kill you, boy.
We'll get you.
Them niggas will knock your shit back.
Atlanta is a very, very different place.
It's different.
It's very different. Coming from where we from, it's almost
yeah.
Because like when I get back home, I realized like living on the east side of Atlanta, there was no white people for miles. No. So when I would go back to Joliet,
you'll see the white,
and I go to Mr. Sub or somewhere and go get something, and I'd be like, damn, it's a white person. And it was kind of like culture shocking to me to see how many white people we grew up around as a here where it's just so many black people. Like you go to a grocery store, you go to the bank, you go to everywhere. There's black people, so I don't see. I don't think I have as much fear of black people being around them as much as I did when you have a group of niggas together in Illinois. If you understand what I'm saying. Not no fear like I'm scared of you niggas, but like something like down here, you can have. I see a lot of places like you got the bikes and like they allow you to get on the bikes and congregate. You can have the slingshots and go somewhere and congregate. The car shows in the parks, they can congregate. And the police is totally different here. Like,
I'm gonna fuck them up right here. I've been down here going on 3 years. Nigga, I ain't never one time been harassed by the police. Never.
I ain't even got pulled over like that. That's why I moved.
Never pulled over.
Yeah.
I ain't never been harassed. I ain't never been followed. I ain't never been none of that shit.
Wish these motherfuckers was wood.
Yeah.
Something gotta be some wood. But yeah, no, for real. I spent
Yeah, bro,
I literally spent probably about $40,000 in Will County. Yeah. I literally spent like $40,000 on my driver's license in Illinois. Like through my time of just constantly going to court for. That's pretty much I've been down here for 5 years, and I can concur with what he's saying. I haven't been pulled over. One time I got pulled over, but you gotta have some shit like. You got to really be doing something fucked up and not have your shit right. Because down here, what's different down here is in Illinois, you can play the insurance game. Y'all know what you can play the insurance game in Illinois. Down here, you can't play that. They running the plate. The registration is all connected in one.
Yeah,
so that's the only way that I ever got pulled over. We didn't have the registration over.
Did they do you dirty when they pulled you over?
Oh yeah, they took me to jail because I had a 14-year warrant.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? I had a warrant for 14 years. But
thugging.
I was running. I just wasn't going to Gwinnett County. That's all. Shout out to Gwinnett. But
no, fuck Gwinnett.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
decal.
I'm gonna say shout out to them because I was one of them niggas. I ain't looking at the
not the people in Gwinnett. I'm talking about the police.
Yeah, the police fucked them all the time. Yeah. But them bitches $100, so it was goofy. But
bro, you can attest to this. When I first got out, Doe scared the fuck out of me. He ain't know, but he did. I got in the car with him. We went to a show. I'm fresh out of prison, fresh from Illinois. Got in the car with him. It was after one of his shows. He threw a show. It had to be 3:00 in the morning. We downtown in Atlanta, smoking, poles, everything right there, liquor. We hitting blocks. Steady seeing the police cars got lights on them already. It show you that the police right there.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And I'm nervous. I'm on parole. I'm like, man, this nigga got guns. This nigga got weed. Like, he got liquor. Like, he said, hitting the blocks. It's 3:00 in the morning. In my head, I ain't trying to front my shit. Let bro know I'm nervous. But I'm like, man, I'm running. As soon as I see the police, this nigga crazy. But he just hitting blocks, random blocks all downtown.
I think you said something to me about it.
Yeah, we just chopping it up. My heart like, I'm like, God damn, I keep seeing the police. I'm like, I know they gonna bust us down. Bro, he oblivious of this whole way of thinking. Now, fast forward. I went back to Illinois. I go periodically. I go home or whatever. I went back, man. The last time I went back, I was on some bullshit. I had a pole on me. The police followed me. And I haven't had that feeling. They harassed me. I had my seatbelt on, good thing. My license plate was good, everything. I had a pole on my lap. But they followed me. They followed me for a long distance of time until I shook them. And I was so scared, man. I was nervous.
It's a totally different. It's a totally different. And I think when I talk to homegrown Atlanta niggas, like it's a total thing that they take for granted. The freedom, the opportunity that they have down here as opposed to being in Atlanta. Because I can say the same thing after being down here, having my fire with me at all times now. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I'm at, my fire is with me. So going to Illinois is a different There's a different thing. And then
Them
the
police up
police,
there, they gonna make sure you fuck up for you won't be able to get your shit legal.
like I live in DeKalb County. Y'all know DeKalb County. I lived in DeKalb County for a while, and in DeKalb County, like as opposed to Joliet, if you drive down Jefferson Street and there's a police sitting, you drive by, that police gonna come, if not to do nothing else but to check your license plate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You look like us. He gonna
In DeKalb County, you have to be really doing something crazy. You have to really be doing 80 down in a 45. You have to really be doing something crazy.
Crime, bro.
You have to really commit a crime. And I often wonder why was that. But then when I look into the DeKalb County, it's a lot of black police, right? When I look at Will County and Joliet, it's a lot of white police. So this was the comparison that I was seeing in my head of justifying basically my move to Atlanta to see being around a bunch of black people. People, they still gonna do their job. When I got arrested and went to thing, it fucked my head up to be in DeKalb County jail, and it was all black people that was closing the jail. You know, and shit on me. There was no white COs. There was nothing like that. So it's really a culture shock to be in Atlanta coming from somewhere else that I don't think the people that's here in Atlanta really understand or take for granted what they got going on.
Let's be clear. Fuck the police. Black, white, or pinstripe.
Mm-hmm.
But DeKalb County, I appreciate you not harassing these black brothers.
Fulton too. You gotta really be doing something crazy to get Fulton.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I'm talking about, I ain't saying the police ain't on no bullshit everywhere if you're on bullshit. But if you ain't on no bullshit, they not fucking with you.
I feel like the black police look at you different than the white police anyway.
Yeah.
Black police, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You know you got something that look like you might be a danger or ready to go on in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Black police know, like, they ain't even doing that. But
shit, you can go to the clubs and see these black police chilling at the doors, and they
know about it.
I seen one time on Peter Street when I first got down here, man. I was just kicking it on Peter Street one night. And you know, on Peter Street, they got clubs and shit like that. So there was a black officer, you know, they be having an off-duty officer, but he was in a suit. And he's standing outside with the security guards and he's talking. And this lady came walking down the street ass naked. She ass naked. She fucked up on something.
That happened a lot in Atlanta.
But she ass naked, right? So I'm thinking the police finna, you know, stop her, help her, get her in it. Man, that motherfucker was like, man, let her walk down the street. So I was like, damn, that's, even though I looked at it crazy, I was just like, you know, that's what it is when you're dealing with black police, I guess. You know what I'm saying? White motherfucker would have had her probably, you know, is that the right thing or wrong thing?
I'm gonna tell you, one of my partners from DeKalb County told me this. He gave me a little history of DeKalb County, and I don't got the dates and shit right, but
we out of towners, so
yeah.
Y'all that's watching from Atlanta, don't
judge us.
Don't judge us.
But he told me that county sheriff, it used to be a DeKalb County sheriff, and when it came time for re-election, another motherfucker ran against him, another black dude, and he ended up losing. The one sheriff ended up the incumbent.
Yeah.
He ended up losing, so he put a hit out on the new sheriff. Got him whacked.
Yeah.
I said these niggas.
And there's another nigga named Victor. Victor
oh, bro, yeah.
It's another county down. I think I want to say Henry County. It's a police officer named Victor Hill. If I'm wrong? Victor Hill? No, I think he in Clayton County. Clayco. Clayco. That's what they be saying. Don't play in Clayco. You know what I'm saying?
Southside.
I don't know how we got on these police and shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? What y'all did you what you did you catch the fight last night?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of, man. I say shit, man. That little overhand old tank got that boy Romero. I say that's some shit you don't really teach though. That's he like ducked that motherfucker. Caught him with one. Yeah.
No, the boxing is transcending like the NBA is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like how the NBA has transcended. Like these boxers nowadays that's coming up are fighting in a totally different way than what we used to watching Tyson. But that move that D did last night, that was a Tyson type move. Tyson used to always skip to the side and pop you.
That was a nigga trying to, you let him think he doing something. He's like, okay, I'm gonna wait till you swing one more time. I'm gonna put my all to this motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah, he got him up out. That boy was talking a lot. That boy was doing a lot of capping Romero too.
I seen him. They
Yeah, he got on.
Yeah,
he got on his ass.
whooped him.
Yeah.
Knocked his ass out. Yeah.
What round that was, Viz? 6th round. Yeah.
So look. I often think, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong about this, if you agree with me or not. I know that a lot of the rappers is hanging with the NBA players and the football players, but to me, I believe boxing is the most close to the music industry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what you just said about Buddy pushing him off the stage yesterday. A lot of that is going into selling for the events. So I look at them, like a boxer. If you watch a boxer and how a boxer comes up, he has just the same thing as what the artists need, right? They have a promoter. Once you lock in with a promoter, the promoter getting you all your shows, right? And all your bookings. So that's the same thing that the boxer has to go through. You know what I'm saying? You take a couple fights, but once you lock in with a promoter, the promoter is the one that's promoting those events.
So you saying why the rappers don't be hanging with the boxers like that?
I mean, they did it with Tyson.
They heavyweight champs always with a rapper. I'm just saying the sport of boxing is more
closer to
is more ideally or metaphorically in tune with.
Yeah, with a Floyd Mayweather could have been a boxer, could have been a rapper, basically.
Right? Because I often tell the rappers all the time when I give my story, and I tell them like, look, I'm a rapper that throw his own shows. This is something that I tell them on my show. I'm a rapper that throw his own shows. So if I come up here and rap tonight, I'm different from the rest of y'all that's coming in here that's rapping. You paid to rap. I got paid because I rapped and I got the whole door. So that's pretty much, if you look at that formula, that's the same thing that Mayweather is doing, and why Mayweather is so much richer than all the other rappers that was, I mean, not the rappers, but that been around. The other boxers like Tyson, all of them they depended on the promoter to pay them. Same as a rapper. The rapper depends on the promoter to pay them for the shows. But if you cut the promoter out and throw your own show, that's what Mayweather does. He promotes his own fights. You feel what I'm saying? So not only is he just getting the purse for the fight, but he also getting the door, the pay-per-view. This is why he's so much richer. So that's pretty much what explaining in similar terms to the rapper. I know a rapper that's out here that's doing the same thing. He's an independent artist that's on the level as all independent. He might be at a show with this, but the only difference is he throw his own shows. So if he throw his own shows and he rap at his own shows, he getting paid every week while you still looking for somebody to pay you. You understand what I'm saying? But
hey, before we bring our guests in, let me ask you about one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with Queso?
That's a wild flick right there. And and if those that don't know what we're talking about, there's a rapper in Florida.
Yeah,
Florida, right?
From Jacksonville, I ain't sure. Yeah.
What they
that
from Jacksonville? Jacksonville. So there's an artist in Florida named Queso that had I guess he committed a murder. Allegedly. And him and his father were arrested. And as they going through the whole trial, the father decides that he gonna testify against
his son,
against the son. And I up too as well that the father was given a reason why he was testifying. Like, I ain't had nothing to do with what was going on. And he said his reasoning for testifying against his son was that if I was a good father to you and I ain't got nothing to do with this, why are you letting me sitting here and not speaking up for me and not saying that I ain't had nothing to do with that? I'm saying that's justifiable, but I don't think, my personal opinion, I don't think in any situation that I could think of that I would say I'm finna take the stand or testify against my son. Matter of fact, if that was my son, I'd probably be saying let him go, and I'm gonna take the time.
So this I'm gonna read this real fast. This is his justification, his father's justification for testifying on his own son. This in quotes. If it was me and my daddy in a situation like this, I would have been freed. I would have been freed my daddy a long time ago. no matter what my consequences would have been. Especially if he's a great daddy.
Father, yeah.
Yeah. He say he could do more for me out of jail than in prison. Who leave their daddy in jail to rot, especially when you know he innocent? Then he continued. He said, I would have been stood up and said my daddy ain't got a fucking thing to do with nothing. Is out in that free world, talk that talk out there until it's time to walk that walk, facing that life sentence.
But the father too, if I'm not mistaken, if you read in the background, he was in the mix too.
Allegedly, his father slid with him. He slid with him, allegedly.
If you in the mix, you gotta ride.
You take that ride.
You take that ride, you gotta take that ride.
Take that ride.
Hey, listen.
Well, what they get messed up, right? If you're in the streets, you're in the streets, right?
Yeah.
You gotta take whatever comes with it.
Facts.
If you're a citizen, civilian, a citizen, right? You're not obligated to the same street.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't get that mixed up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess now is the fact.
If his daddy good and he taking care of stuff, free your daddy.
Yeah.
You know what you into, my man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what?
Daddy may be taking care of other kids, and his daddy can't take care of him.
In there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
So
This my thing though. Let's say he slid with him. Say he ain't know what was going on. Say he just his son like, man, come take me over here, and then it escalated to the point to where his son allegedly committed a murder, and his daddy didn't have beforehand knowledge of what was finna happen. At the end of the day, nigga, you still supposed to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You let everything go through, however it's gonna go through, and then on appellate, you with the appellate court.
Mm-hmm.
You don't make no statement. You let these people prove their case. If they try to box you in,
That's what niggas too.
yeah, that's what niggas too. You do not front your shit. Cause now what you doing is you
helping them with the
you
job.
helping them with their case.
They should give you a badge.
Yeah. Let that shit go through first. Get a man a chance. He can't free you yet. He gotta let it go through.
Mm-hmm.
He gotta let that shit. You 100% innocent about the situation. Still, you still gotta wait. You gotta wait. You gotta let it go through. Let it go through. I got you, Pops. Be cool though. Shit hit the fan.
I think that's more telling of being guilty. Just the move of saying that I would testify against him is saying that the father knows that the son was guilty. You know what I'm saying? So
it ain't no relief.
there ain't no. It really ain't
if
no,
he get booked, it's over with.
yeah, it's no. The father telling on the son if you took the ride with him, because then I think like what you was just saying. Now you have to determine whether the father was a citizen or was he in the gang. You see what I'm saying? So
Nigga, you knew what the fuck was going on. You got in the car with
if
your
you got in your
son,
car with your son, unless the son just tweaked out, unless he tweaked out like me and my dad going to the store together, and I see my op, I jump out the car and tell. Remember you were saying that last time with me.
But these niggas got to make sure if you got a co-defendant, I don't give a fuck, it's your daddy, your mama, whoever, and you know you going through some shit. The same support you getting from your homies and from your bitches or whatever you got going on, you need to make sure your co-defendant got that same shit.
Yeah.
So they ain't in there tweaking. You in here living like a king over here, getting all the notoriety. This nigga over here barely getting commissary. Now he's starting to think like, man, I got to get the fuck up out of here.
Huh.
You got to take care of these niggas. Nah, tell your lady she got $100. Man, make sure bro send me 50 cent, bro 50.
I say with these niggas, the reason why that's because what you're saying is very valid. I think the reason why that's not happening like that is because it's a lot of people playing in the game that not supposed to be in the game. So that, and what I mean by that is like if you don't have no governing, no structure into what you doing, when something happen, that's why there's a high rate of people. There is no rules like nowadays. I don't believe there is no rules for the people that's playing in the game. You can jump in the game and just go buy you a rag, and now you're a blood until you get caught. Then it's you justifying why you snitching.
If you don't believe in the teachings of the honorable chairman, get the fuck out the streets.
You know what I'm saying? Why? You think when you in the street you should be open with, or you should not let them know what you're doing in the streets.
My bad, go
ahead. I feel like this is what I tell my son. Like my son, 15, and he's smoking weed, right? All right, so it's like this. Not to say that that's the same situation, but to paraphrase, I would say if you telling me what you're gonna do, like let me know. I'm gonna say I know you smoke weed, but your mama don't want you to smoke weed. So if she catch you smoking weed, I got her with me and you. Now I got to get on your ass. So to prevent that, you need to step outside to smoke your weed. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you to do the right thing. I ain't gonna leave because you're gonna do it regardless. So by you telling me what you got going on, more than likely your parent, a lot of kids don't want to tell their mamas and daddy what's going on because they know what they gonna say.
Are they gonna overreact?
They're not gonna agree to what they're doing. So
that's the hardest thing though. When you're young in the street, keeping it away from your parents, like you know what I'm saying, at first you don't know if you want to tell them, like your dad might be cool, you know what I'm saying, you can talk to him, but you don't really know if you want to tell them. Like some niggas, like me, I'm really cool with my mom, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give me game, you know what I mean?
Right.
So shit, like I can talk with her about anything, you feel me? But like in bro case, that probably wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying? Like how he with his daddy, it probably wasn't good for him to tell his dad like I'm a street.
He probably knew his daddy was gonna tell something anyway.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be difficult for a nigga, like you want to talk to him.
It do, but to finish what, and I understand what. To finish what I was saying about my son, is I believe that if you're gonna make man decisions, you got to be a man about what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So if my son decides that you're gonna be thugging, then you ain't gonna hiding it. If I'm your father, you ain't hiding shit from me. Really, I'm gonna see it. You know what I'm saying?
And these days, niggas.
Let me kind of piggyback off him, which is a good thing. If the youngest came to their parents, right, maybe a lot of stuff would go smoother. Because right now, their friends is kind of their parents.
Yeah. If they don't know shit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's valid.
That go into what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's going into what I was saying earlier about if you're not real about what you're doing, and you don't have no guidance, there's no structure around what you're doing, then when you get caught, that's why everybody is doing what they're doing. And then and the more that happens, it becomes a wide, I think, like bro said in the last show, we said the snitching been going on forever. We know that, but not at the rate that it's going, like that, the acceptance that it's having right now. And I believe that's because there is no guidance. But if you would have went to your mama and your daddy, say I'm your daddy, and you come and say, man, I'm in the streets. Okay. At some point, as your father or as your mother, I gotta understand that this is what it is. So now my turn is going. In a parent, you're gonna have one or two reactions. I ain't fucking with you. Get that. You're not a part of my life. But if you're a part of my life, then I gotta tell you what you need to do to get through these situations. That's the only thing. And that's really up to you as to know that about your parents. Like you got a mama that'll fuck with you.
I see a lot of black parents, they accept it if they see their son get money. Like you know what I'm saying?
They let him get away with a lot of shit. Ooh, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
That's valid.
They see with them racks, she ain't really caring like what I'm doing. Like she see that money, she ain't really caring.
Yeah.
Is that wrong on her part? On the mama's part, or is it justifiable?
I don't think it's. I think something should be said, because me with my son, right? Like even though he tell me what's going on, I still tell him, hey, this is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna happen. These are consequences.
This the outcome.
As long as you know the consequences, right. Right.
Yeah. Now, as long as you cool with that, go ahead and play it out.
Know the consequences.
Know the consequences.
And let me say,
now you arming him with the information to make his own choice.
Let me say one thing before we move on. These days they don't play the game fair, like bro said. Ain't no structure. So if you in the streets, young nigga, make sure you let your people know what you got going on, cause motherfucker slime your people out.
Especially the police.
Yeah,
that's who they coming for.
They'll slime. They'll whack your people. they'll whack your closest people. Niggas is real. They don't play the game fair, man. So if you got a lot going on like that, and you ducking and dodging, you need to be clear on what you got going on. And let your people know what you got going on, so they can be safe. You see right now, these young niggas, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, you got them in the blind. You out here, you out here stealing. Yeah.
You got a carload of people, but you only really got your people with you because you know what you want.
I just realized that too. I've been knew it, but it's so prevalent now. It's like even me. I just be smooth now. I gotta be smooth because I see these bitch ass niggas. They don't want to get into it with no niggas. They want to go get down on the female or try to get down on somebody. You know what I'm saying? They let these niggas still out here. These niggas still out here thugging.
About it, the niggas who really in the shit,
yeah,
they never get touched.
Never get touched.
The niggas that ain't got shit to do with
niggas ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Family members,
facts. So I think that's what you want to give a little final wrap up on that, or that was your final opinion?
That was my final opinion on that subject.
So let's just say I'm gonna wrap it up with we're gonna positive out here. Remember that you could do whatever you want to do. Wear many hats. I think that's some of the things that we was going over today. Wear many hats if you're an artist out here. You got to be more than just an artist. Wear those hats. Get informed in any game that you playing in. Whether you playing in the promotion game, whether you playing in the rap game, or you playing in the street game. Know the rules, man. Get in tune with the rules.
Like Pound say, know the rules and the consequences.
Exactly. So that's what we're gonna do it up, man. We're gonna wrap up this episode. I appreciate everybody that was tuning in today on the YouTube. Make sure that you like, subscribe, everything that we got going on here on the What's the Script podcast. I'm the homie, Big Homie Doe.
Cheif Cocky Front Doe.
And we'll be at y'all again next week.
Wrote a script, young rich nigga holding chips. Shooters with me, I screw me, they gon' load the clips. White runs up in the blunt, so that smoke is thick. I grip the grain, all these bitches wanna grip a dick.